How are you guys feeling? Do you have your drink in hand? Because I feel like we're all gonna need one. Because that was all disgusting. Garcia, Bravia. You'll get it eventually. I got you. There are not enough drinks. Marks, how did you do, baby? How we doing? How are things? Lay it on me. Hi. What's up? Oh God. Can we talk about the handicaps? I think I have a grievance with the handicap setters. Marks, I know that's not on you, but how is it that I can get 241 points, which I would consider great success any other year, and I'm so pissed. I'm like literally so pissed at a 241. I keep getting this close to perfect scores. Like, I keep, not perfect, I keep getting this close to like having a really good weekend, and then I'm always like one rider away. At least I'm getting them all in the main though, right? I need y'all to be punished, and it's coming. I want you to know it's coming. The reckoning is coming for all of you that keep picking these 14 handicap dudes getting 52. Like 5 of them a main event. It's coming. You're gonna get 3 zeros. Just wait for it. 294 with having nickels at an FFL. Kevin, that's awful. Hi everybody, it's good to see you. If this is your first time here, my name's Donnie. This is the RotoMoto after show program. 272, which is completely surprising. Oh, with Starling, Ryan, wow. Had 250 perfect until, oh yeah, Schloss did it. Oh yeah, Roto Wife, yeah, what did you get? 272 or some shit? Yeah. She was just like, I think I'm good. And I'm like, do you want me to just check it against injury report? And she was like, nah. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. You do you. Whatever. Just send it. 272. No problem. No problem. I bet if she would have entered and paid for the Champion League, she'd be fucking crushing it right now. Can we get her picks next time? Right? The difference between, I feel like, me and her is that she picks the team that I'm too coward to pick. I was too coward to pick Carlin Gardner. I know I recommended Carlin to you guys, but I was like, and I hate it because I was thinking about taking Benny off, but I was like, yeah, but Carlin probably gets what, 20th maybe? But I'm like, but Bloss could get 12th. He legit could get 12th. I just want to write a love letter to Vince Freeze for getting my boy Justin Brayton double points. Although I really hate that my boy Vince Freeze is the reason that Marvin Muskin was worth 1 billion points. 253 versus 193. Greg, that's harsh, man. 214, I picked FFL every week except this week, and I literally wrote down Craig and Roxon and decided not to since I've missed so many. I feel you though. I thought about it too, and I didn't. And I should have. Bloss, Bogle, and Hart are never picks. See, for me, Bogle and Hart are never picks. Bloss, every now and then, when his handicap is as high as it is, I'm in. At an 8, because I was like, there's a lot of upside there. Yo, I just want to say, I've been a Shimoda fan. I was a Shimoda fan last year, but like this year, I've been all in on Baby Joe. Like, 100% in. And I'm just happy to see you guys coming around because he has the stuff. Do you guys know what I'm talking about when I say the stuff? Like, he has Dungy energy. He has like Sexton energy where, like, sure, he doesn't have the blistering speed of Jet. He's not a marketing machine like Jet, but he's gonna have a quiet 2 years. And then next year he's gonna come out and he's just gonna thrash, and he's gonna get the 450 right at a young age, and he's gonna go up there and thrash. I love that we give attention to the Forkners and the Jets and stuff like that, but like, as great as they can be, they haven't been panning out. Like, even AC, love AC, big AC fan. Even AC really hasn't panned out like he should have. It's even taken him so long. I just think the Forkner Jet type guys are just traps for these teams to sign them because they just don't get it done. And I hope Jet turns it around. I'm not writing Jet out yet, but there's just so many things. I literally called his wreck. Did anybody else call his wreck When they're coming on for white flag and he's right behind Colt, I told my friends, I was like, he's about to send it and he's gonna wreck trying to get Colt back. And I didn't even have the sentence all the way out of my mouth, and he just parks it into some tough blocks for no reason. Why would you do that? By the way, Ron Dog, it's good to see you. I saw you up there. Vinny's the only thing that got me over 200. Oh, that must be nice. That must be nice at least. Great sign by PC. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Breezy was the wild card, 14th in RM Fantasy. He is the wild card, so often it's crazy. Tars, I didn't realize that, but that makes sense. He's a good guy for that kind of thing. There are literally 4 factory riders. Bring back the other 4 factory riders out with injury. And Shimoda's... See, I don't know. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. I mean, he caught and passed Jet here in the heat race, no problem. And he also railed past Oldenburg. I'm not saying that he's a second place guy. I think if you have all of the factory guys here, but I think that he still has top 5 potential, and he's 18 years old. It's interesting that we give that kind of leeway to certain riders, but not other ones. You know what I mean? So in control. That's my thing, Ryan, is that he keeps his gear clean, and that is going to be the kind of thing that lends to longevity and results. You know what I mean? Official results are out. Did anything happen? Did anything change? The lapper made Jet take a line he didn't want to. Agree. I don't agree. Well, I mean, I'm not saying that what he did was that moment was sending. I'm saying that I knew he was going to send it into danger. And then I didn't even get the line out before he did it again. How many people are upset? Brady, I think all 30% of them. I believe it was a 30% pick trend. We can go and look, I guess. That's 250s. 32%. God, look at you, idiots, picking Marvin. I say idiots. It was the best pick there was. I can't believe they made him a 1. This is what he was supposed to do last week, guys. The other guys are out because they aren't consistent. See, Cac, that's what I'm saying. People act like that's not in itself an ability. Like when Joe got his first podium and he said, like, I didn't earn this one. I'm like, you did though. Staying up on 2 wheels in the 250 class is hard. Like, we saw Nichols do it. And Nichols is the biggest, like, he is the epitome of, he's an older guy in the class. He's a veteran. He's worked his way up. He makes smart decisions. He gets good starts. He doesn't override his level. And he still hits the dirt every now and then. Oh, yeah, Marv will be an all-star. Marv is an all-star. Osborne is not. I believe Osborne is out. Yo, can we talk about Osborne? Or should we be worried? Should we be worried right now that Osborne is this it? Is this his cap? Like, I know that every now and again Osborne might be podium contender, but like nothing happened this time. He just straight didn't really go anywhere. What did he end up? 9th? 10th? Barsha is 100% the pick. Eric, I dodged such a major bull at this time because I told you guys to pick Malcolm and I believed it, but I had Barsha on my team before I made the video, and I didn't. I just forgot to change him because I didn't change anybody from my team. And with like an hour to go, I went and looked, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot to switch over. And I even for a minute considered leaving Barsha in, and I'm so glad I didn't because he's gonna be the sweetest pick in Orlando. Yes, Marv will be an all-star next week. He snuck up into the top 8. So Varizi and Short in the 250s drop. Oldenburg and Doe, I believe, go up into all-star status. And then Marv becomes an all-star. Osborne is 1 out. That should be the way it goes. Jason Anderson out next year. Here's the thing, Racer. With Osborne kind of like this, and Anderson kind of like this, and even Dean kind of like this, and there's already rumblings of Rockstar pulling out of the team. Does the Husky team go down to 1 guy? They definitely don't carry 3, right? Like, there's no way they carry 3 again. They could carry maybe 2 and then shift another guy over to Gas, maybe. I don't think it's fair for Anderson. We're so cruel as fans that Jason Anderson could get 6th place coming off of a dislocated finger, and we're like, he's done. Send that boy out to pasture. Like, he does not deserve to be on the same dirt as the upper guys. We're way too hard on these guys, man. Like, there are 13 factory bikes not counting that MCR is borderline a factory bike. Rocky Mountain is a factory bike. I mean, to be fair, HEP is factory back Suzuki, even though we're going to leave them up. There's 13 factory rides. Like, we need to stop being so critical on these guys that get 12th, because somebody on a factory bike has to get 12th. I most feel Anderson is an outdoor guy right now. That is weird. Owners Anderson rode, yeah, he really did. I hadn't heard rumor that Rockstar's pulling out. So Tars, what it is Pepsi apparently acquired Rockstar, and Pepsi has already started reining in Rockstar money. They've kind of been pulling the brand out of things. So rumor is that they're probably going to pull out of motocross. I don't know how true that is, but there's been whisperings of that. It would be interesting to see Bobby. I agree, Roger. I think that might be the play. I think if anything, if Pepsi does pull the Rockstar out, maybe Bobby starts a new team, or Bobby gets control of that team and then does with it whatever he wants. People are too harsh. I agree, yeah. Anderson was never blazing fast. He was strong and consistent. Weak field. Yeah, there you go. I mean, it showed when Tomac missed Tomac wrecked out and missed a race. Marvin wrecked out and missed a race, right? Or did Marvin only miss one race? And Anderson took the title. And he deserved that. Oh, and Kenny were, again, if we're going to not give Joe credit because the field is weak this year, then Anderson doesn't deserve his title in 2018. And that's bullshit. He totally deserves his title in 2018. What's up with the air shock? Dude, I don't know. But you know what? It's working for him. I wonder if J21 is biding his time. I think so, Kurt. I could see that for sure. I could see that for sure. Can we talk about Joey Savacci real quick? I know he only ended up getting 9th, but that's 3 straight top 10s for Joey. I had Joey on my preseason top 10, and I was a little underwhelmed in Houston, and it could just be the track, but Joey showed up. Joey showed up and delivered at Indy. 3 races, 3 top 10s in a really stacked field. I think we all forgot just how good he was in his rookie year with Monster Energy. These guys are less than a second apart. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's when it comes all down to racecraft and staying off the ground and getting good starts. And to be fair, Anderson hasn't really had a good start. He showed in the heat race that he can do it. But we'll see. Is Forrest happy? That's, Jake, see, that's probably not, no. Probably not. I don't know, because Baggett had race winning potential, but Baggett never really, but Baggett also felt like more of a 5 to 10 guy most of the time. You know what I mean? God, is there anything worse than Baggett as far as, like, I know we all meme on how good Benny could be if Benny just stayed up, but like Blake Baggett's 450 Supercross career was just, it's inconceivable sometimes of like, how exactly are you doing this? Do you guys know what I mean? All right, I should have the chat pulled up in a better spot. Let me know if you guys have any problems here. They're technically the number 2 team. Yeah, Jake, but like the Rocky Mountain bike and Marty Davalos' bike for that matter, like they are getting factory support. I'm not saying they're Red Bull factory support, but I bet a lot of riders would probably take a Rocky Mountain ride over, I mean, obviously Suzuki. I bet they would take the Rocky Mountain ride over, probably over Yamaha before this year. Like, I think anybody would have rather been on Baggett's machine than Barcia's machine last year. And you might even like it better than some of the factory rides because you're not going to have that pressure of being a factory rider, because you're not. You know, I think that's going to really do Savacci well this year. Anderson is money conscious, so he's not going to retire. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, I can't wait to talk about it. We're a third of the way through the season already. Can you guys believe that? Mookie, I don't know. Is he an overachiever, or is he living up to his true potential? And again, this 4th looks better on paper because he should have been 6th if Barcia and Tomac don't go down. But that doesn't matter. Ultimately, that doesn't matter. Savacci's been like Bloss, always underwhelming. Yep. But hey, look, he's doing it this year. Savacci, I don't think he's hit the dirt yet. During a main event. I'm pretty sure he hasn't. I hope to see. Agreed, Brady. Oh man, I really wanted Mookie to stay ahead of Marvin just so we could get a Mookie podium. I'm so stoked that they still interviewed him anyway. But okay, can we talk about that real quick? Can we fucking stop this? Excuse my language. Look, I know we love Mookie. I know we love Jet. Can we stop interviewing 4th and 5th place guys in the main? I want LCQ guys to get airtime. I want to hear what they have to say. I know this time Brayton won one of the LCQs, and like we hear Brayton talk, that's not crazy. But like, I want to hear the Grant Harlans. I want to hear the TJ Albrights. Like, I want to hear those guys. Put a microphone in front of them and let them thank their sponsors, please. We'll have 22 round season. Well, you think, Mick, do you think that's legit? Do you think we're really gonna go that way? Cutting away. Oh my God, Marks, I was screaming. I feel so bad for my people in my voice chat because I was like, imagine, while they were doing it, I was like, imagine if Roxon hits a lapper, Cooper T-bones him right now, and we're watching a flashback. Imagine. Imagine if they do that. Like, are you serious? Because that would have been like, this would have been the most popular show on the entire internet because, like, just being right after it, if that would have happened. Oh, it would have been so bad. Oh, and Tanner, and I get it. Let me be honest. Like, I get it from a standpoint of marketing. I would put Jet on there too if I was Feld. But I just hate that, I don't know. They can't interview Jet every week he's off the podium. Vince is destroying my fantasy. At least I had him this week. I mean, you guys can tell because my team's showing. And he fucking showed up for me. 34 points. I'll take him. Yeah, not even split screen Rondo. That's what I'm saying. I just don't get it. And we've seen it. We have seen it. NBC, Feld, I love that you guys try to cater to new fans. But like, that's not the time. That's not the time to cater to new fans is when there's 20 seconds left in the race. We already have seen that clip, what, 5 to 12 times a race at this point? I'm here for the Blossom program. Zins, we need it. We need it. We all need to, can we all take an oath right now to check on your fellow fantasy players and make sure that they are not putting Benny Bloss on their team this week or any week? Can we make that pact, all of us in this room, right now? AMA should be forced to interview so we have a... Yes! Yes, absolutely. There are not new fans. We had to get Peacock to watch. Talk to us like adults. Well, no, you can watch this live. I will say, though, have you guys catch it yet on the Peacock, app? At one point, they were like, oh, if you just happen to be tuning in, and I'm like, they're not. You stop that. You stop that right now. There is nobody flipping around the Peacock app. Nobody would ever do that. I was so frustrated when they cut to that clip. Tars, I was losing my mind. I was losing my mind. Do we need to add a Ray pop-up for Bloss? We probably needed to add a pop-up for Bloss. And I hate it so bad because when I saw him laying on the track, when they showed, I think it was they showed Kenny jumping over the finish line, and you could see a guy in the dirt to the left, and I immediately was like, that's Bloss. I just knew it. I was like, why wouldn't it be? Because he was one spot out of double points. And I was like, that's Benny. It's 100% Benny on the ground. I thought about doing a stupid little feature. Tell me what you guys would think. How about on Twitter? What if I post up, like 2 or 3 sample teams? Would that be something stupid for you guys? I know that somebody said jokingly, I hope jokingly, I wish there was a button to just give me a random team. Like, I will give you here's a safe team, here's a Sendy team. And then you can tweak from here, but here's a template of what a safe team looks like, and here's a template of like what a more Sendy team looks like. And then you can tweak, you know, and you say, I don't really like that guy in this spot or whatever, you can go from there. We need the paper clip. Yes, Brady. It looks like you're trying to pick Bloss. Are you sure? Can I help? Oh, you know what? It should be even better than that, Brady. It should say, it looks like you're trying to pick a bad team. And you're like, oh, you're right. Actually, you're right. Let me take that back. I changed my mind. I don't want that at all. Oh. Good promo angle on that Twitter idea. Go for it. I'll do it. I'll do it. You need that, Luke? I got you. I got you. Like a fantasy football auto draft. Exactly. Exactly. No, stop helping others. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Look. I just give you guys the information and you make the picks. If my results this year have shown anything, it's not that like I'm not making anybody's picks. I think that's the funny thing. I've seen today especially, I don't know, Marks, I don't know if you caught that. There was a whole conversation in the chat on Pulp about Roto, and somebody was like legit like, stop helping people, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I'm really not helping anybody. I'm just putting all the information together for you. That's literally it. Like, I give you the injury reports, and I put the handicaps next to the qualifying times so that you don't have to, like, switch back and forth 1,000 times. I don't think I'm, like, reinventing the wheel here. Oh yeah, I know. We'll have to throw her picks up before it goes. I had Bobby P all the way up until 2 minutes. I didn't have the guts to pick Bobby P. To be fair, Bobby P told me that we would do a podcast, and then Bobby P never hit me back. So I mean, maybe I was being a little bitter about it. The only thing I consider, that's true, Harper, but that's true. But always someone, yeah, oh yeah, always will. It's better to be lucky than good. Oh, it is, Racer X. Like this year, especially, like, man, okay, Devin Simonson was a good pick. He qualified well and he finished 10th in the main. For those of you guys that picked him, great pick. I considered it, but I was like, no, I like my team. I liked my Friday team. I went in with, I guess I can just show you guys. No, I can't do that anymore. I can do this. I woke up this morning with Dew, Sales, Carno, and Shimoda, Stewart, Brayton, Freeze, and Benny. And then when I looked at all the stuff and I made the cheat sheets and I did all that stuff, and then I was like, you know what? I like my team. And I even said, I was like, Simonson could be a good pick. Gardner can be a good pick. And I considered swapping both of them in, and I wish I would have. But I also was like, but I like my team. I'm not mad about it. Let it ride. And I was wrong. And that happens. And that happens. And there's nothing you can do about it. Like Marvin should have been this good every week. And those of you that could pick him this week just happened to get it right. It is what it is. I like the Sendy Simonson pick. Yeah, I wish I would have. I would have taken out Carnow for Simonson. That was what I was looking at. And that's 18 points I wish I could get back. That 18 points here makes up for Benny. But oh well. Varese, Kalen, he went down early. I'm not sure what happened, but he went down early. He didn't look great in, well, I want to say he didn't look great in qualifying, but he never looks great in qualifying, so I don't think that really matters. Chris, same. I've picked Marv 3 times, and I've gotten burned all 3 of them. I picked him as an all-star. He did not get max points. I picked him as an all-star again, and that was when he got like 14th. And then I picked him last race, and he got 12. So, great. I have to send every week just hoping to win. I'm out of the overall. See, I don't know. It's different for me. I know that we're all out here playing for prizes and money and stuff, but I'm just having fun. I'm building this stuff with you guys, so I'm cool with it. I'm going to keep picking the team that I would pick no matter what position I am. I mean, like, I might get a little sendy here and there if I think it's a good pick, but I'm still going smart picks over anything else. Pick more every time. It just wasn't a good race. Yeah. Next week, Orlando, that's a good question. When was the last time we were in Orlando? We were not in Orlando last week. We had Daytona and Tampa last week. Did we do Orlando the year before? I can't remember. Marv crashed in his heat. Oh yeah, that's true, Dave. That's true. Can we just say, has Marv crashed more times this year than in his entire 450 career? Because it sure feels like it. If you say anything bad about Eli on Twitter, you will be attacked by his tribe. So Luke, I think Roxon's up there too. I made that video, the power rankings video, and I left Eli at number 1. After 3 rounds, I left Eli at number 1 because through 3 rounds, I think Kenny was best, but I didn't think anybody showed me anything to say that Eli wasn't still number one. You know what I mean? And dude, people were so mad. Oh my God. That's like the only video I've got more than one downvote on. People were mad. There were so many comments of people being, I can't believe Eli's number one. And it's like, he's the defending champion. He's 6 points out of the title. Like, I don't know, man. If you want me to do the points thing, just go read the points thing. If you want the top 10 in order of where they've already finished, that's what that would give you. You know what I mean? I was flagging that lane, A-Ray. Oh, that's the track. You're right, MC. Because he went off the left side, right? The left side when it crosses. Did it maybe cross the start or something? I don't remember. I remember they went down that lane and then turned around and came back. And I feel like somebody cut it really bad in one of the qualifiers. Tomac fans are rabid. Watch when you post one. Well, you know what, Dave? I'm gonna do the power rankings again this week, and obviously, Roxon's gonna be up top. Spoiler alert, and Tomac will not. We'll see if the Tomac people come out now. I bet they will. You know what's crazy? And I love Eli. I like Eli just fine. I really enjoy watching him ride. I think he's a very talented guy. But nothing about Eli gives me anything to say that like to make him a favorite. Who is your guys' favorite rider right now? In the 450 class. Let's go 450s only. Because 250s, it's Joe Shimoda and there's nobody else. But in the 450s, who do you guys have? We need to get you on the Moto Marketing Podcast. Luke, let's do it, man. Let me know. Set me up. Give me, message me or whatever you want to do and we'll do it. How much confidence did Ken Roxon gain? Oh, man. Racer X, I'm not going to lie. They might be over, dude. Kenny is smirking right now. And he's been off the track for 40 minutes. He is in his truck and he is just like, relaxing, man. No, like, who's your favorite to root for? Webb, Roxon, Webb, Barsha, Eli Too Chill, AC, yeah, baby. Roto Wife is a big AC. Mookie, love it. Osborne, never picking him again, dude. I don't blame you. Roxon, Kenny is consistent. Is anybody a little afraid? I don't know. I'm torn because on one hand, I want to be nervous because Kenny always starts off hot. This is no different than what we've always seen, and he always falls off late. But on the other hand, the big reason he fell off late last year was because of the short schedule, but he's crushing the short schedule right now. So I think at this point, it's his championship to lose. No faves, really. That's good. You know what? It's actually good to have, like, to be able to watch. I started watching F1 this year, and it was really weird to start watching a racing sport where I don't have a, like, preconceived going into it, like, favorite. It was kind of nice to just develop it as it went, you know what I mean? Rocks and Shrinks need to get a podium. Yeah, dude. As long as it does, that's right, Zens. He's got to stay healthy. Short schedule. That's true. The altitude probably definitely was a big deal. Kenny's story is great, and he was so nice when you met him. I met Kenny, but I didn't really get to talk. Does anybody else feel weird? I met Kenny. I met all of them at, like, the dealer signings at Indy in 2019. And I just hate it because what do you say to the guys that the people in front of you didn't already say? Like, you're the 100th person to go up and say, like, hey, man, good luck tomorrow. Like, they're like, yeah, thanks. You know what I mean? So I didn't really interact with them much. Except A-Ray, Deuce. Was it Chiz? Chiz was on HEP that year, I think. I had my GoPro just, like, in my hand. And A-Ray literally, like, I wasn't even looking or talking to him. And he just took it. And then him and Antignap just started dicking around. And I was like, dude, these guys... I love the A-Rays in the Antignaps so much because they are just so stoked. They're like big kids. They are just so stoked to be living their dream. Like, they are professional motocrossers. And, like, yeah, maybe they don't make every main and they don't get interviews all the time and they don't have, like, 3 houses in Malibu, but they are professional motocross riders for a living. That's, like, the coolest thing. You know what I mean? I apologize to Tomac, that little man's dad put him in a KTM shirt. I root Honda. Doesn't everyone just root brand? I don't. I think the biggest problem is the riders switch teams so much. It makes it... See, I'm the other way. Like, in team sports, I have a really hard time following teams anymore because I get too attached to players. Tell them you never heard of them. Who was it? Man, I can't even remember. But there was somebody at the dealer signing that was just like the biggest dick. And I was like, I will not be back, man. Like, I get it. You don't want to deal with this, but you got to put your hat on and pretend. You know what I mean? They're some of the best in the world. Dude, they are. No, I know he gets press, but he doesn't get the kind of press that, like, people probably want you to or whatever. You know what I mean? None of my favorite riders are my favorite brand. What's your guys' favorite brand? How many of you guys ride currently? How many of you guys have a bike? I have a Suzuki RMZ 250 that I need to sell because I'm too old and too short to kickstart. All the people that say electric start's overrated, you don't need that. None of them are as short and as old as I am. And like, man, when you go down and like, you know, your heart's kind of beating, you're kind of breathing, and you got to try to kickstart a bike when you can barely stand it up. Give me that electric start, baby, please. Honda KTM 450, Cowie 450, KTM 250, YZ 125, love it. 2 Honda, Suzuki, and a Husqvarna. YZ 125. Yo, that 76 though. Honda for life, but I've gone full Blue Crew. Really? 2000. You know what's interesting is as big as Pulp is on Blue Crew. No, Greg said Blue Crew also. I talked to Shane on Track Walk at Daytona, and he's a really nice guy. He kept talking after I wanted to let him have his space. That's always the worst when you're like, I feel like you're really busy, but I'm not going to tell you to go away. 2007 was the last race in Orlando. Was it really that long ago, Round Dog? Oh my god. Dude, Jessamine. I forgot all about that name. It's been so long. I bet I could go back and watch. Does anybody ever want to do that? Like, the 450s, we know who wins every year. It was either Carmichael, Reed, or Stewart until it was Dungey or Villapoto kind of thing. But go back and watch the old 250s. I wouldn't remember who won until we were like halfway through the season. I ride Honda, and that's partially why I like Kenny. That's fair. That's fair. I hate Honda, and I want Roxon to win so bad. Hunter, well, who's your favorite? Did you tell me? K-Rock, Cowie team, Wardy, Chicken, O'Mara. O'Mara was cool. The team bummed me out. Pick a guy and enjoy. There you go. My senior year of high school. Really? I'm old. 125 doesn't get me in too much trouble. Eric, see, I was the exact opposite. When I started, I got a bike again. So I raced flat track when I was a kid, and then I had four-wheelers as a teenager. My dad was into flat track. My stepdad was into four-wheelers. Hashtag stepdad. But then I didn't have a dirt bike until I was in my late 20s again, and I just was like, I want to get a bike. And I was like, ah, two strokes, that's what I love and remember. A Honda two-stroke, let me get a CR125. No, man. You have to ride a 125 so hard to make it like really, really fun. And I don't have that in me anymore. So I was like, no, I never thought I'd say this, but give me the grunt so that I can just like, just have it pull me around. We need a new J-Law. I don't know. I think it's good for the industry, but I don't know if it's good for the sport, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I'm from the Bob Hanna era. Hell yeah. DeCoster. See, that was before me. Like, when they do the Mount Rushmore of motocross segments with all the riders, I think it's too hard to do all of motocross. I think you really got to do, that you really got to do like maybe by decade. I think that would be more fair. It's so hard to compare the guys, and that's any sport, man. Like, you think Babe Ruth could hit a home run off of anybody today? No way. Like, you can't compare how good would DeCoster have been on today's equipment, or how good would Eli be on a 76. You just can't do that. You know what I mean? Orlando is the site of Pro Circuit's first win. Swink. Oh, really? 2 months before, I was almost free. I almost freezed in practice. That's crazy, dude. Do it by eras. Yeah, you got to do it by eras. And I think like the decade, I think would be a good breakdown of what the era would be. But even then, there's so many good riders to leave out. Like, you do the 2000s, and you already have Carmichael, Reed, and Stu. You already have 3 of them full because those guys dominated for so long. And like McGrath was really strong for the first half of that one. Pastrana was a flash in the pan, and then you got like Wyndham later on, but then LaRocca was there the whole time. There's just not enough to break it down to 4 guys. You know what I mean? Goat is still the GOAT. GOAT is the GOAT. Guys that hate Barcia would hate Hannah, DeCoster, and RJ. I don't hate Barcia, but I do think that I know that we watched back that incident in the early race tonight. We can look back on it on the replay and say it wasn't that bad, but it was still pretty aggressive of a move that early. Even if Kenny would have taken a normal line, it just feels like we're always like, yo, Barcia's really changed until he doesn't, until he gets a little frustrating and just goes for it. You know what I mean? Last Orlando Red Dog was 5th. God, that's a long time ago then. The Husky and KTM XC models are so nice, you don't have to ride them hard. I just lug mine and cruise. They're pretty awesome. The Japanese are missing huge marks. I agree with that 100%. RJ was more like McGrath. That's fair. That's fair. Who is the modern day Magoo? Forkner? Oh, that's a good question. Out of 525 EXC, it was an incredible bike. Probably my favorite over the years. I have hated Barcia, but no more. Racing simply better with him in the mix. I agree. I agree. I do think it's interesting. I think Ferrandis is slotted in exactly where he is, where he's very talented, but you can definitely tell that Ferrandis is no Barcia. As much as we like to say how much he forced the issue last year, and he did, really his whole career, but I know we got a lot of hate on it last year. But he moved up to this class, and these big boys don't let people push them around like that. Like, if you're gonna be aggressive, you need to be Barcia aggressive, and I think that really shows that Ferrandis is getting good results. But unless he gets a great start, he can't just muscle guys around, if that makes sense. Barcia is very Hannah-like. I can buy that. I can buy into that. So we didn't get it. Okay, can we talk about Cade? All of the drama that's happened over the last 2 races, and we still haven't given Cade his due. I forgot that we barely even mentioned him on the last one. Shout out to Cade Clayson. Back to back, dude. Such a good story. Such a good dude. I'm so stoked for Cade. And then he got it, and his truck got stolen. Like, can he just have something nice once, maybe ever? Gotta cut the 450 rookies more slack. Zenz, I agree 100%. We need to stop acting like anybody's going to come into the 450s and dominate. But when we do, we see, you know, Savachi came out and was very formidable. We saw AC come out and be very formidable. Remember that, like, Cooper Webb and Zach Osborne were both, what, 2 Supercross, 1 outdoor titles each, right? And they came out and had bad first years. Would Cooper finish 11th in the championship his rookie year, I think? And Osborne, I mean, he didn't even stay together for a whole year, so that's really hard to judge. That we need to stop expecting anybody's going to come up and do it like that. So I agree. Let's cut them some slack a little bit. Jet really raced Colt like a 2-stroke. Yeah. Oh my god, dude. Oh, the nerve. The nerve. My favorite thing is that Jet's going to get in people's heads so hard. Because the nerve of Jet to pull that little trick in that corner, I was losing it because I was like, that's so, it's not Bush League, but it's so like it's not how people are raced today. You know what I mean? And you love to see it. You love to see it. I have a KTM 450, but I haven't ridden in 2 years. Yo, AJ, hi. When did Cade's truck get stolen? Sometime between last race and this race. Thursday, maybe? I think it was Thursday. If there was an auto draft, I'd use it on the 450s and save myself the stress. Wingnut, we were just talking about that. I think I'm going to put up a like an auto draft team template every week. So that if you don't know who to pick, just start here kind of thing. Most rookies hit their stride. I agree, Rondog. Yeah, I mean, even then, people are really critical on AC right now, and he's still young. You know, like is Ferrandis 27? And Osborne as a rookie was 29. So, like, they do need to produce results a little bit quicker. Cool of them to post-race to be chill. Yeah, dude, I love to see that. I love to see that. And I think that's one thing that I like about Colt. Christian wouldn't have done that. And it's sad because Christian's the oldest guy in the class, but he definitely lacks a little bit of maturity. I think that like Colt really possesses that maturity of being able to sit down with a guy he just battled hard. His only real battle of the year. And then just be like, yeah, man, stuff happens. It's racing. Jed and Fork have the speed like Bubba did. Oh, yeah. Yeah, if they can stay up, man. The little brother came out. That's true. Thought Jet was going to get punted. Yeah. No, but he had a nice little picnic. People forget Adam was hurt. That too, Maddie. By the way, it's good to see you, dude. Yeah, RV retired at 26. What was Dungy? 28, maybe? But had auto-picked. God, Mosman. Hey, real quick. I don't want to attack anybody here, but I just want to make sure, because I saw way too many people in the chat, in Pulp website chat. I do this work for free for you to put all of the injury reports, and I make those really nice little graphics. You know, like those aren't the easiest things in the world to make. Like I get it now, I have a template, but designing it was, you know, whatever. I do that. I just like look at it, man. You don't have to look. Somebody said like, I don't have time to sit on this all day. No. Like check it in the morning, check it at noon, check it when qualifying's over, check it 10 minutes before the gates lock. 10 minutes before for the picks lock. Just pull up my Twitter, pull up my Instagram, click the little circle at the top for the stories, and look, and I put all the injuries right there. I put if they're in, I put if they're out. Check that. It takes like 5 seconds. I'm not even kidding. You can look at the whole injury report in 30 seconds. Like I'm not doing, and this isn't shade on other websites, but it's not like I'm making you like see the tweet and then you have to click on the tweet and that takes you to their webpage where they get ad revenue, and then you have to scroll down the list because they have a list of them in text. It's a picture and a name. That's it. I know Zens, and I don't have time to hold their hands. Like I do the best that I can, and I do it for free. Somebody was in my thing saying that they don't like having the heats. I now have the cheat sheet laid out where the heat races are on the same page as the full results, and they're like, and I don't like that. And I'm like, well, you pay me and I'll make it look however you want, buddy. But this is the easiest way for me to do it, and I keep it all nice and on one page so that it's all there for you. Like I just like, I don't know what else. I can't make your picks for you. Oh, you're a tremendous help. Brady, I appreciate it, dude. Thank you so much. I was driving, so I didn't see Mosman was out until after 8. The racer, and again, it happens. If you're legitimately busy, it happens. Some people are busy. They have to work. They're doing stuff. But there were people that were not busy. They just didn't look. And I'm like, you gotta look, though. It's there. I love the heats. Sam, well, apparently somebody doesn't. There's one person that doesn't. Notice the time 2 minutes late had Mosman. Wish I had the app. Yeah, Caitlin, I thought the app would be cool. The only other thing I could think of is you can turn notifications on. And I know this might be a lot because I tweet all the time. You know what? Do it for Instagram maybe instead. Maybe put it on Instagram, and then maybe with like whenever I post on Instagram about the cheat sheets, you'll get a notification for that. So then you can get, when you get that notification, you can then be like, all right, let me go look at the injury reports. You know what I mean? Just to make sure you get them. When you put up your Patreon screen, I was pleasantly surprised how similar our decision-making sheets are. Kurt, are they really? I tried to keep it kind of simple. My back end of it has so many more data points, but I've had a lot of calculations and stuff, but I was like, no, people want it to be kind of simple. I want it to be easy to read. You know what I mean? It's also started doing this. I try and support you. Dave, I really appreciate it, dude. I really do. I appreciate all of you guys. I appreciate you being here right now. When you like the video, you comment, you subscribe, like all that stuff. It's so rad. I found it at 7:30 on the fantasy chat room. Orlando 2 is west. I think Orlando 1 is... Yeah, Orlando 2 is west. Yes, correct. We have one more round with this crew, and then we have all of the west rounds together. Then we have one more east right before the east-west, I believe is how it went. Racecraft is a great decision matrix. Andre, I'm glad. I also need to come up with a name for it. On the pulp cheat, or on the Patreon cheat sheet, I have one that's the difference from their start to their, from their start to their finish. I just don't know a nice, quick way to do that, so let me know. West Coast is going to be interesting. Ron, it is, dude. Have you guys looked at the list? Let me get a list pulled up real quick. I got to pull up my spreadsheet. So I heard that Enzo Lopes is actually going to be on the West now because he never raced in the East, so he's allowed to do that. Here's the list. Here's the list of guys on the other coast, okay? Check this out. We have Jeremy Martin, Justin Cooper at the top. And then Jarrett Fry is definitely racing, and Thrasher is probably racing, but that's been kind of wishy-washy from Star. Hunter Lawrence on Honda, Pierce Brown on TLD, and then you have Jordan Smith, Cameron McAdoo, and Seth Hamaker on Pro Circuit. Swollen Styles Robertson on Rockstar. And that's not even counting, like, that's what, 12 guys? Then we have Amart, Mitchell Harrison, Mumford and Cody Schock, and then Club MX has Joey Crown, Marchbanks, and Chase Owen. All three of those guys should be top 10-able. Kyle Peters, who is the reigning Arena Cross champion, who finished like top 8 3 times last year. Derek Drake, Dylan Schwartz, and then you have Chris Bloss and Derek Kelly, Carson Brown, Martin Costello, Robbie Wageman, Jordan Bailey. Like, all of those guys should make every single main. Every main. And then you have Hardy Munoz, Ryan Surratt, and Dakota Alex. And all of those guys are probably expecting to make most mains, but they're probably not going to make as many as they would like. And I'm like, God, I'm just so surprised some of those smaller teams or smaller efforts weren't like, yo, let's just go catch the last 4 rounds of the East rather than try to race 8 rounds of this shit. It's going to be disgusting, dude. It's going to be great racing. It's going to be way better fantasy. All this stuff you guys got going on with 852s in a round, gone, dude. It's going to be tough picks. It's going to be so good. Oh, man. It might shape up to be better than the 450. Who do you guys have going into the West? Who do you guys have for your title contender? Like, pick one. Because I'm like, it's Justin Cooper, right? But then I'm like, I don't know, man. Cameron McAdoo looked really good in SLC last year. He was literally putting it to Ferrandis at a couple spots. There's just so many guys over there. And I feel like everybody's sleeping on Jordan Smith. I'm not saying he's the favorite, but it almost feels like he's an afterthought. Ooh, really? J-Mart. Okay. The next rounds will change rapidly. Yeah, they really will, though. It's going to be so good, man. It's going to be so good. I hope it's one of the Martin brothers. They really need to get it done. I would love to see one of them do it. But I think it's got to be Justin Cooper's to lose at this point. Did you guys know that Jeremy Martin had a job? Did you know he worked at the parts counter down at the local mart? I think J Coop is the favorite too. I'm with you 100% on that, Ron Dog. J Mart, because I root for my fellow Minnesotians. Multiple winners. I think 4. What do you guys think? Give me 4 winners. Give me Cooper, J Mart. Give me McAdoo. Man, I don't think Amart gets a win. I'd like to pick Amart. I love Amart. I'm a realist, though. I love Amart, but I'm a realist. I bet Amart wins a heat. I bet Amart wins some heat races. Hunter. Let's talk about Hunter, though. With Jet becoming the poster child for the entire sport right now, how's Hunter feel? Where's Hunter's head? If Hunter doesn't come out of the gate like gangbanging, what does that do for his brand? What does that do for him in general? Oh, he shouldn't win, Ryan. I mean, this is still only technically his 2nd year, and last year barely even counted, but still, like, I feel like at this point, they signed Hunter just because they had to sign Hunter if they wanted Jet. You know what I mean? Cooper's so boring. Kalen, I agree. I will say, all the personality was on this coast. Between Craig, Forkner, Jet, like, even Joe, man. I love Joe. But on the other coast, it definitely has a lot more of the bland guys. Going to be like 450s where we have 6 to 8 potential winners at any time, depending on starts. I agree. It's going to be so good, man. When was the last time that the second coast was the dominant one? Still the West, though. I heard he's going to be Jets mechanic next year. God. See, I don't know. I don't know because he can do it. I think he's gonna benefit though. You know what? I changed my mind. I think I'm gonna give J-Mart my title contender. No, cause Cooper's really good too. He's getting 4 Daytonas. Let's be honest. Those Atlanta rounds are Daytonas. J-Mart's getting 4 Daytonas. That's big. That's big. I think Hunter's gonna be the outdoor guy. I agree. I agree. Oh, Dave, this is what I expect. Don't get me wrong. I'm a Christian Craig guy. I like Christian Craig. I wouldn't say I'm a Christian Craig guy, and I wouldn't say I'm a fan because fan is fanatic. I like Christian Craig, but good question. What happened to Christian Craig in general? I think this is just his peak. What's that right arm at? Oh, on the outside. So, it says, "Stop waving back, I'm drowning." It's a song lyric. But thank you. Our artists do really good work. They pack in a ton of color. Colt has such an amazing story. Yeah, he really does. Does Todd Harris make... Like, what did he say today, guys? What did he say today? What did he say? He said a lot of dumb shit, but like there near the end of the race, he said the stupidest one. I can't remember what it was now. All Atlantas and Daytonas, J-Mart doesn't finish out top. Oh, I agree, Ryan. I agree. I agree. Colt Lawrence. Colt Lawrence. God. And Todd's a professional. He's not new. He knows better. That's true. Cooper does have an injury. You are right. You are right. Craig is fast and smooth, but he's not going to go faster. That's true, Mike. I think that's something that a lot of people don't get about the sport, because I feel like a lot of people that watch motocross don't watch other sports, but there's no value in guys that have already peaked. Like I mean no disrespect to Christian Craig, but he is never going to be better than he is right now. He's 29 and he can't hold it together in the 250 class. And there are no rides available in the 450 class. They are full right now. And like, sure, does Craig deserve the ride over, say, Bloss or Freeze or, you know, one of those guys? Yeah, sure. But do you think Christian Craig is going to go ride for those level of teams? He won't. Oh, yeah, Aaron Entignap. I forgot about old Aaron. The 7 Deuce Quattro. We watched Craig stick with Sexton Outdoors, maybe better. Oh, he might be better, Kalen. I just don't know if when would you sign him? Especially because this year you've got Craig coming out, you've got maybe both Martins coming out. Faulkner, I mean, he said he was coming out, but maybe he won't now that he was injured. Like, I don't know if I would want him the most out of all of those. You know what I mean? No chance. No chance. I think he could maybe go to Rocky Mountain, because they need to replace Justin Bogle. This has to be Bogle's last year, right? I feel so mad talking about these people. Like, who am I? Some asshole in Ohio talking to a computer screen. Like, to shit on these people that are professional athletes. But, like, I just don't think... Bogle's gotta go. He's just too inconsistent. When Bogle got starts, that was the one thing that kept Bogle in. And Bogle doesn't get the starts anymore. He's got to go. He's not on a team like that. You know what I mean? He can take Freeze's spot. Well, yeah, but I think the difference, though, is Freeze tests well. That's why MCR likes Freeze. And that's why they have Freeze on the 2021. Over-under on A-Ray making the remaining mains. Under. I'm going to say under, Ryan. I'm going to say under 5 because potentially next week, we have Sexton coming back. We have Anstey coming back with McElrath. We have Dean Wilson coming back. Henry Miller hasn't debuted yet. Tyler Bowers hasn't come out yet. I think I'm missing somebody. And that's going to be gnarly, man. Rocky Mountain praying Faulkner. Oh, for sure, Kayla. And that'd be a good spot for him, I think. Again, I wonder how many of these guys, the Savachis, the Faulkners, the guys that wreck a lot, how much better they would do if they were on a team that had no expectations. Like, they're not fighting for a title. Rocky Mountain's not fighting for a title. You know what I mean? Back in the day, Mike Craig could do anything MC could do, but he was head case just like, really? See, I hate it because I didn't really get into... I'd say 95 was the first time, but like I didn't have cable at my dad's house, so I literally read Cycle News. Baggett's done. I don't think we ever see Baggett again. He's older. He's a dad. I mean, hell, how many more years of Roxon and Tomac do we have now that they're dads? If Tomac loses the title, does he race next year? If he loses this one and the next one, is he definitely done? Can Chiz still Chiz? You know what? Yeah, I think so, Racer. Because Chiz right now is transferring out of the heat unless he goes down. And he's still a lock in the LCQ. I think Chiz still gets in most of them. I don't know if he gets in all of them, but I think he's still there. Not taking Sexton first week back. Want him to see. Ron, it depends on his handicap. I think if he's a... If he's... I don't know, dude. He just wrecks a lot. It's so weird how much he wrecks in the 450, considering how very little he wrecked on the 250, you know? Is Moran's... Yeah. Yeah, Rondog, give me that. Where did Moran's qualify? Doesn't matter. Put him on my team. This sport is lucky to have RM. Oh, yeah. Buy some... Yes, please. Listen to Greg. Buy some stuff from Rocky Mountain. Play their stupid little fantasy. Get yourself some free Rocky Mountain. I've gotten like 3 Rocky Mountain gift cards from them, and I have no idea what I'm doing. Because it takes no effort over there. So go over there and play that game. Get your free stuff. Tickle's got to be gone. Brayton will have a ride as long as he wants one. I think that's up to Brayton. Ansty, does he get 52? No, Ryan, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that Ansty is going to be a Benny Bloss type. I think he'll have a couple good rides, and I think he'll grenade himself a few times too many. They also give me 15 bucks in race gas for every race I enter. Hell yeah, dude. We have a couple stuff in Ohio that give Rocky Mountain cash and stuff for riding at their track and doing it. Brady's good marketing. Can we talk about real quick? We all agree. I hope you guys agree here. Marketing cannot be understated. And the Jet Show is a prime example. And it's not like his results aren't there, but you look at A-Ray, you look at Entignap on those smaller teams. Sure, I wish Ben LeMay could have got a ride. But tell me one thing about Ben LeMay other than his on-track results. It reminds me, I come from the music scene. I used to be in a band and do all that stuff. And like, the reason rock music is dying is because rock music's not fun, and rock music isn't out here marketing. And you look at motocross, it's the same way. Dean Wilson, great example. Dean, I don't want to say Dean doesn't deserve the ride at Rockstar, but it's fringe. If Dean didn't get that ride, nobody would be surprised because he's a 10th to 12th place guy. He's one of the first to get booted, but Dean is likable. And people want to work with him because he's such a likable, cool guy. I think Ferrandis is going to run into that problem, like on the other side, where Ferrandis is not likable in most places anyway, but he also doesn't give us any reason to like him. Kenny doing the Showtime McGrath Terra Firma thing. Oh, dude, that was so dope, right? Like, that's what you want. And only Kenny could have pulled that off, other than him being on out. Like, even Cole Seeley's a really nice, likable guy. Cole Seeley couldn't have done the Showtime video. You know what I mean? Earl needs a ride. Entignap is the best example. Exactly, Tars. And he still makes mains. And again, what would be better? Would you rather have... What? HEP could maybe afford... Brock Tickle. Would you rather have a guy that gets 15th? And he's a really good, clean-cut looking guy, well-spoken, well-dressed, does the things he needs to do, but he doesn't do anything additionally. You know what I mean? LeMay? Really, he already retired. Well, I mean, like last year, I know he was complaining because he was national number 42, I think, and about not getting a ride. And I'm like, well, I mean, it's marketing, you know? What do you think about Freeze? I just think that Freeze is in... I don't know, man. I think the difference between Freeze and Malcolm Stewart is talent, but we give Malcolm all... Or I'm sorry, not Malcolm. James. I think the difference between James and Freeze is talent, but if you go back and watch... I watched a clip compilation of James's crashes recently, and there were so many crashes... that James literally just ran into somebody because he had no awareness of what was around him. And like, dude, go and look at when he like lands on JT. That was a stupid thing, but he had no idea. He wasn't looking for the JT. Like, James just rode as fast as humanly possible. You know what I mean? And I feel like Freeze has kind of the same way. Like, Freeze just goes out and he rides his race, and like, yeah, his awareness is probably a little lower than it needs to be, but I don't think that makes him like a terrible, terrible guy. He wasn't a lap down taking out leaders. Yeah, but James was a lap up landing on people for no reason. What about that time that James entered the track and got T-boned by, God, who was that? Didn't like end his career, but he was never the same after it. He jumped off the finish line jump, and then he immediately just came back on and got smashed by him. I can't remember who it was. Preston. It was Preston. Weston Pike just joined the chat. God. Brock had a smoking wife. Not sure if they're together. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. Was reading he cross-jumped Barsha, but looked like Barsha pushed the issue. And again, it's a racing incident, man. Like, I don't think Freeze is purposely trying to do it. I think Freeze is just hard to pass in general. I mean, like when Tomac and Freeze got together twice, that wasn't on Freeze. It was just really unfortunate that we already, and I'm not sticking up for Vince Freeze. I'm not a Vince Freeze apologist here. I'm just trying to be, you know, level with, this is hard, man. This stuff is hard. This sport, like, I don't know what it's like to ride professional Supercross with those dudes around you, and you're trying to ride your race and look at your obstacles and be aware of it. Same with Dean and the blue flag incident. I'm not giving him a free pass, but we cannot even comprehend what it's like to be in those positions. You know what I mean? Did Craig have the red light? I do not know that. I did not see it. It was crazy though, because I was in the stands at Indy 1, and that red light was distracting, dude. Oh my God. Like, even for me in the stands, you could be watching a race over here and I would see that red light in the distance. Yeah, because Freeze had about, exactly. Freeze was battling, man. It's what it is. Hey, Jay, thank you so much for being here, dude. I will see you. Oh, before anybody leaves out of here, we'll be back on Saturday. I will let you guys know, please keep an eye on Twitter and Instagram. I'm going to do a bonus stream in the middle of the week since we don't have a race. I'm going to boot up, I don't know, we'll boot up Supercross 3 or whatever. We'll play a video game, whatever, just so we have something to look at. And we can do the same thing. Like, we'll hang out, we'll talk about it. We'll have that gap in the middle with no races, and I want to give you guys something to do. I know it sucks. I know from personal experience how much it sucks to not have that content. So we'll figure something out. Be on the lookout for that. But thanks for being here with me, Jay. Have a good night. Have a good rest of your weekend. So helmet, it was pulsing. A lot of people said it was blinking, and a lot of people said that it was solid, but it looked more like it was kind of pulsing. And I heard it was something to do with like trying to help him remember to control his breathing. I don't know how true that is, but it was definitely like pulsating. Did Bogle cut the track? Eric, I didn't see that, so I'm not sure. I can't confirm if anybody else did. Did you see Barsha and Kenny both got cross-threaded on the entrance to that rhythm? I did not. No, I did not. That's the thing that I hate the most, is that freeze wreck, the camera was clearly trying to watch Kenny, so we don't get a really good shot of what was coming in the entrance of that corner. Because again, I'm not trying to be like it's not on freeze, but you literally can't see what led up to the moment, so it's hard to really judge that. Let's play Warzone. I actually have never played Warzone. That's one that I've never been hip on. The battle royals just don't do it for me. Thought it was to look forward instead of down at the dirt. Maybe. Ryan, you should, man. This is a lot of fun. I love doing this, and I know that you guys probably, because I do. You get off the race, broadcast ends, and you have all this energy and nobody to give it to. And like, even my wife watches with me, and she doesn't want to hear this shit. Like, she doesn't want to sit and talk about it. So I'm like, I want to give you guys this outlet. Can Fast Freddy go one night? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, Kalen. He needs a new name. Can you make this a call-in show? No, not right now. I don't have the means to do that. That's some equipment that I don't have. But also with as short as it is, I kind of like being able that you guys, I can talk to all of you guys. You know what I mean? You're very smooth on the camera and a natural at this. Tars, thank you. I've actually been practicing. I've streamed before. So of all of the stuff that I do between the the cheat sheets, the videos, the stats, all that. This is the most natural for me. I've done this before, so this is natural. When they first showed Bam Bam and Tomac on the ground, was the only one who thought Bam Bam. Yeah, Ron, I thought the same thing at first too. It wasn't until like you showed the replay that I just thought they got together. Just wait till Moto season for Freddy. Oh, for sure, Greg, for sure. Yeah, Freddy will be a monster come outdoor. I bet he gets a fill-in ride for outdoor. I won this weekend. She couldn't care less. You're like, I got money. Ryan, how many people are in the Industry Idiots Leagues? Do you guys pay the extra money to throw it away and give it all to JT? Sleeping beside me. Thanks for being my outlet. Of course, dude, of course. We will do this every race. This is so much more fun. Hopefully we can expand it and do it even more. Like right now, I told myself we're only going an hour, and we're already in an hour and 15 minutes, and I'm going to keep going because this is a blast. I love doing this with you guys. You're an idiots. I regret being an idiots. I hate it. Like, it's no excuses. I pick the team I want to pick. But, like, by the time I'm done putting in all the data and all the handicaps and all of the stuff, man, I am so ready to just turn off and enjoy the race. The only reason I know about you was from watching you stream Supercross 3. Oh, shit, Ryan, I didn't know that. That's awesome, dude. What is your name over there? Do you remember? Can you tell me? You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. I give all my extra money to Roto, so no idiots. Greg, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You got 4th, Ryan. That's rad, dude. You already made your money back. Last year, I think I won like $30. I was in a 3-way tie for whatever the last place payout was for her race, and I was like, "Yay! I won 1/3 of my money back." I never choose the guys I actually want to win. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Enjoy the race? What's that? I also hate it. Like tonight, I hope you guys didn't mind. Tonight, I kind of took the night off a little bit where I didn't tweet after every race. So I hope that's chill. Because normally I try to be like, here's the guys that made it, here's the guys that didn't, here's the pick trends. But tonight I was like, I kind of burnt myself out. In January, I made 13 videos, and I did 5 live streams. You're beefy. Oh, dude, no shit. Hell yeah. And this week, as soon as Tuesdays was over, I wanted to make a video about, man, I don't even remember what I want to make a video about. There was something I wanted to do right after the race, and I was like, I'm kind of tired. Like, I'm kind of like, I don't want to say burnout, but burnout. Craig did have red light. Did he? Okay. Tournament races on Supercross 3 to watch if you want, but you really want to watch this guy named Axis play? Gotcha. The pick trend and heat sheet. Eric, I'm glad you like him. I'm glad you like him. I know that's the biggest thing, and you know what's hilarious? Is, I didn't even start doing that. The cheat sheet wasn't even part of the original program. I think it was like the 4th race last year that I finally started doing the cheat sheet. And that ended up being the biggest hit. You never can tell. I am the freeze of Supercross 3. Hurricane DH and Hurricane Send It Squad on Pulp Fantasy. Oh, that's right, Greg. That's right. I forgot. We talked about that. I watched the race again the next day, but live on the fantasy screen. Oh, but live on the fantasy screen. That's fair. That's fair. I should probably do it twice. Was waiting on it to see where the heat races were. Whose jersey for overall this week? It was Osborne's? I think it was Osborne's. I don't remember. Osborne might have been last week. I don't even remember anymore. I feel so bad for Steve and them too, because like you could tell with this week's fantasy video or fantasy podcast that they were like, was it AP? Okay. They were like just kind of throwing it together, like that you could definitely feel that they're also feeling a little labored trying to get everything done in such a short amount of time. Boggle? Wait, was it Boggles? Boggles? Is that Bogles or is that Goggles? Yeah, AP, okay. I was like, Boggles? It boggles my mind. All right, let's look at some stats really quick. Let's look at the Roto League, which we are 1 person away from 200. That's pretty cool. Benny Wap still leading. Nobody catching Benny Wap yet. How did he do this round? 268. Man. Tomac let him down. Who won the week in the league? Hershey Squirts. Really? Hershey Squeets. Damn, Beef Beef, you almost got it, dude. Beef Beef. Hershey Squirts was #1. Dude, look at that. Nailed it. Nailed it. Is this a perfect team? No, Brayton was not a perfect team. And Oldenburg was also not perfect. 332, dude. Crazy. That's rad, though. Happy to get that jersey. For sure, man. For sure. What would you guys want? What would you guys... If you guys won something, why, use the view team button? Because, Marks... Where is it? Oh, I guess it shows it on here, doesn't it? Honestly, I don't use it because I'm so used to always clicking on them and doing it like over and over like the old way. Yeah, leagues. We can go do it. Admins. JT still out here doing the damn thing. 268. He left a little bit on the table, though. He got Marv. That's the big one. Paul, 267. Mark's 254. Mathis, 247. Really? I lost to Mathis? Are you kidding me? Should I just hang it up? Dan picked... Are you kidding me? I want you to know something about Dan Truman. I met Dan Truman at the St. Louis race last year. Coolest guy, by the way. I'm nobody. I'm literally nobody, okay? So, Dan Truman DMs me on Twitter, says, "Yo, are you at the race? You should come down. You should come down to Chad Reed's rig. I want to meet you." And I'm like, "What? Okay. That's pretty cool. I guess I could do that." So I go down. I've probably told you this story already. I'm sorry. Go down to the pits. Looking for Dan, don't see Dan anywhere in the Chad Reed area. And then I look over and Steve and Weege are standing right there. And I had just met Steve at the Pulp Show the night before. He doesn't know or care who I am. But I'm like, "Hey Steve, do you know if Dan's in there?" And then Weege is like, "Yeah, I think he's in there. Do you want us to go get him?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So then my errand boys, Steve Mathis and Jason Wygant, walk their ass into the Chad Reed thing, and they find Dan and they tell him, and then Dan's like, "Yeah, come in here." So then I'm just standing there. It's me and Dan and Steve and Weege and Chad Reed, and we're in a circle. And I'm like, I made it, okay? I guess I made it here. I'm just standing in this circle. Anyway, told you that to tell you this. None of that mattered, but I told you that to tell you this because that's way cooler than what I'm about to tell you. Dan repeatedly asked me my thoughts on picks, and I'm like, "Dan, I'm nobody. I'm some idiot that made a YouTube channel, and you're really asking me? Oh man, that expert tag is definitely that expert tag is definitely decorative. You know what I'm saying? Have I ever tried to? Absolutely not. No, I am not fast. I am a D+ rider. D-. Yeah, Marks, don't worry about you mean searching for your name in a league or searching for a league? What are you working on exactly? Do any of you guys race currently? I asked this before, but you have raced. I raced flat track as a kid. I have not raced, and I've raced on a 4-wheeler. I have never raced 2-wheeled motocross before. I would love to, but honestly, it's so expensive. It's so expensive in money and time. And I know that you say it's not that expensive, but it's I can go and ride for as long as I want one day for $30. But to race at the tracks that I would want to race at, it's $200-300, and you have to be there for like 3 days, and you get like 40 minutes of track time. It's just a lot. Like, I would love to do a race, just to do a race kind of thing, but I don't think it's for me. I would be too worried about getting cleaned out by some hotshot teenager. You know what I mean? That's what you do. Oh, nice, Wingnut. That's cool. Dan may not pick good, but he can give guys good parts if he wants them to do good. Yes, exactly. Like if you want to see where you are without going, oh, I gotcha. Okay. I raised the F class. That's where I should be, dude. You need, oh, I will, Eric. It's just, and the other thing that sucks now, and I say sucks, I love this. But now that I'm doing this, races are usually on pro weekends too. Like, there's not a lot of weekends that I could reasonably get out and get to a race without letting you guys down, and I wouldn't want to do that. That's not where my priorities are. I raced in the 90s, but haven't since. I'm in my 40s, but I want again still. I have a buddy. He is 56 years old. He races every weekend. Motocross, flat track, hair scrambles, every weekend. So good. Like, that's where I want to be. You know what I mean? I just got back into racing moto this summer. Last time I raced was a kid in 04, and I'm incredibly happy that I'm racing in. That's awesome, Brady. What class are you riding? I did local moto when I was younger, now I do off-road. I've thought about doing that, Lee, but it's also just one of those where, like, we have GP. They call it a GP, but, you know, whatever. That's pretty nice, but it's not very official, if I'm being nice. How many bikes is Paul? Too many. Too many. I gave up on my racing dream when a kid on an 80 smoked me in my 250. Ron, the second time that I rode as an adult, so I bought my bike, my CR125, and then I rode it 2 or 3 times. And then, so I guess it was like my 4th time. And then I got my 250. It was my 2nd time on my 250, my 2nd time at this track. And this kid on like an 80 just blows my doors off around a corner. And I'm like, well, yep, I'm done. Like that's my dream crushed right there. And I felt like I was going pretty good too. That's the worst part. I'd rather watch the outdoors than get 11th in the D class. That's where I'm at, yeah. Gooning in the 250C, I'm so out of shape. I'm a 2-lap jump, right? I feel that for sure. That's me. Like, and again, I'd like to go out and do it. If anything, I just want to go out and say I did it. I want to go out and race. If I don't know if anybody's from the Midwest, but Briarcliff is my favorite track to ride at. It's in Central Ohio. They have an amateur area qualifier there. They've had a regional before. I think they might have a regional this year. But they normally have area qualifiers, and that's where I would want to ride. They have a like a Battle for Ohio thing. This shit they have like 80 dudes for the 250C class. They have to split them full gates, separate motos, and top 20 get into the second moto or whatever. But that's my favorite track. They have a C track that I like to go on because there's never anybody like blowing my doors off. And then later in the day, once everybody packs up, I'll go over to the big track. When's the RotoMoto ride day? You know what? Deal. We'll see. We'll get a RotoMoto ride day getting together. I don't know if anybody would actually come to Podunk, Ohio for it. Hi, Kitty. What's up? It's Troy. It is not Ron Dog, unfortunately. We have a lot of really nice tracks here, but none of the ones that you grew up with. I had a brand new KX450 and I got passed up the Glen Hill and Hill by a 13-year-old on a YZ125. Yeah. You can never be fearless like that. Like when I was a kid, dude, it's crazy. When I rode flat track, I did 90 miles an hour on a 60 around the Indy mile all day. Fearless. Send it on anything. And now I'm an adult and like every little bump, every little whoa, and I'm like, whoa, good thing I didn't die. Every time I ride, I get hurt. Every time. I rode twice last year, and I got hurt both of them. I switched to mountain bike in the 90s when bikes got too expensive. Jesus, are they really, Greg? Oh, man, that's insane, dude. Did you ever get to watch Nikki Hayden? I did, Chris. I actually had a really good relationship with TCR, which was originally Total Control Racing, and then when Tommy Cummings bought it, it became Tommy Cummings Racing. They kept TCR, the name. And Nicky, this was his rookie year as a pro. And rode with Will Davis and Kevin Atherton. And my dad's a schmoozer. Does anybody else have that dad at the track that's a schmoozer? That was my dad. So he went over the TCR truck. They were pitted beside us and just schmoozed. And we ended up getting their phone numbers, and they would give us pit passes for pro races and all kinds of stuff. And I mean, like, I met Nicky Hayden. I remember riding bicycles with his little brother. I don't remember which brother I rode bicycles with, but it was just weird being like in that thing. Once I got my job, I saw my paycheck flash before my eyes. Yeah, dude. I've got 4 3-place plaques last year. Nice, dude. But it was cool. It was cool. It was cool meeting all those people. Flat tracks. You know what? I would love a fantasy for flat track. I think that would be super slick. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. I did to watch him clean house at local flat tracks. Yeah, he was so good, dude. Flat track is a lot of fun. It's just the shame that it just doesn't really exist anymore. Like, it's all gone. What is your day job? I actually work from home and I make stupid decals for you know, do you guys have a buddy, or do you know, does your neighbor, maybe he's like 19 years old and he has a Honda Civic with a really loud exhaust on it? Do you guys have any of those people? That's what I do for a living. I make decals. They go in the back of crappy Hondas and other import cars. They go in every car, but imports are thing. You know, moving as fast as I can. People with really shitty cars love to tell people how bad their cars are. And then for the people that hate Hondas, we've got this one. That's just stuff that was sitting within reach. That's my day job. The pandemic has been very hard. That's what allows me to do all of this. Because I make all my money at car shows, in-person events, and this year was really bad. I play it, Ryan, but I don't know F1 really well enough to actually like be any good at it. This last year was my first year that I ever watched it. But yeah, so like last year, our big event of the year, like our first big event of the year that I make a lot of my like yearly income, was canceled. We lost our first 3 events, and we lost, I think, 5 total for the year. And so it was really rough, but it is what allows me the time to be able to do this for you guys. You know what I mean? Do those add horsepower? Absolutely not, Brady. No, but they add scene points. Oh, he makes a tuna. I do have some no crust stickers. I don't have any on me, but I have one that says mint with a little mint on it. That one's pretty cute, right? So you have a decal producing machine? Yeah, I have a vinyl plotter. It's in my office. It's on that side of the office. I make all of the decals myself. We also have shirts, but I outsource all of the shirts. I used to make the shirts in-house. I used to do screen printing in the garage where we used to live. But once it got busy enough, I couldn't really keep up with the demand of both, so I started outsourcing the shirts. Eric, sure, yeah, do it. Depends, how's the tuna? You asked, you asked yesterday it was bad. You asked the day before. Guess what? It's still bad today. Oh God, I hate that movie so much. Just because I've seen it so much and I know all the memes, but yeah. So that's my day job. That's what allows me to do this. You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. That was a Goku joke to King Kai. It's not exclusively there, but that's what I know it from. But yeah, it's fun. It was fun to start my own business. I don't have a lot of passion in it. I thought I had passion in doing the decals, but I don't. I don't have as much passion in the car scene or the decal thing as I thought I did. I just really liked starting a business and watching a business grow. That was super cool. This, however, this I like. I like this. This is something that I really, really, really enjoy. So maybe someday I can replace that with this. But for now, that helps support this, right? A Rocky 5. Is it a Rocky 5 joke? You know what? I don't know. I feel like, who knows which one came out first. It's a classic. No, it's fine. I just that like, I'm so tired of Paul Walker references. Dude, absolutely, Brady. Hook me up with those Miami Vice colors for graphics. What kind of bike are we talking though? What's your guys' favorite graphics company? Do you guys have cool graphics on your bikes? My bike has 180 decals graphics on it. I really, really like 180. He's also the guy that shoots Troll Trains vlogs. Fun fact that you may not have known. This song is not. What happened to our playlist? This one's like a little slow, a little acousticy. I'm not into it. Can we skip it? That's better. That's more my speed. I'm gonna have to put an actual little royalty-free playlist together just exclusively for these streams. I used to be really into the stance scene. Then I met other folks that were into it. Yeah, Ryan. Yeah. I have we have a minivan on air ride that we take to car events. So, and then I have a 370Z, and RotoWife has a Mini Cooper S. So like we love cars. We just don't love the car scene and the people in it. But my wife axed it. What? You mean like teal and hot pink? Is that what we're talking? Because that's hot. I'm in. Well, it's been an hour and a half. I gave 30 bonus minutes because this is a lot of fun, but I gotta go. It's late. I've been doing this all day, and I'm so ready to get some dinner, some very, very, very late dinner, and get some rest. I will let you guys know as soon as I can what we're gonna be doing this week, but we will plan on hanging out probably Tuesday night. Let's do Tuesday night, because there will be no race Tuesday night, and we're used to having a race on Tuesday night. I will do some kind of stream. I will let you guys know on Twitter and Instagram what we're going to be doing. So please follow there. If you're not subscribed to YouTube already, please hit that little button. We are less than 100 subscribers away from becoming a YouTube partner. Well, being able to apply for YouTube partnership, which means that I get benefits and potentially even money. But I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for being here. Later, guys. It's been real.